What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Raising Kanan was fire this episode. This was episode number 9. It's about that time. And Crystal's gone. Your boy Lulu is back. And Kanan meets with Unique. So I'm going to do the recap. We're going to get into this. I'm Moochie, and this is Moochilla's Reviews. Damn. So this episode starts out where we see Crystal's last moments, and we see that Pops is actually the one that takes Crystal out. Now, where Crystal, they did her dirty. They did her dirty. They strung her out with drugs. I hope Kanan and his crew get them cops. I hope they get Pops and Snaps. But right now, it seems like Kanan is once again doing all the wrong things. Now, Crystal got a raw deal with this. She got the raw deal because the cops basically I believe they was hitting her because she had bruises on her. So not only was they basically, put the narcotics in her system, they even beat her up. Trusting the wrong people. And it seems like will Rock be able to bail him out? But, we gonna see about that. Moving on. Lulu, B-Rilla, and Imani get questioned by NYPD detectives about the powwowing that happened where Lou took out B-Rilla's people. I should say co-conspirators, because this dude, I just don't understand him. I feel like he's a waste right now, B-Rilla. He was doing all right with his lyrics, but right now he just showed me like he not really about it. Okay? Now, Imani got caught off guard with Lulu because he kind of threw her in the mix with the alibi. But she don't really know what's going on, but she knows about the 2 bodies downstairs that got taken out in front of the studio. And they saying, we found out about this the next morning and we wasn't there. So she seemed like she was just caught off guard with it. Meanwhile, we got Rock at the diner. She meets up at the diner with Kanan, and Juke set this whole meeting up. And she basically lets him know, look, your girlfriend came by to see me, and she told me she was getting ready to catch a bus, and she was worried about you doing something stupid. Now, if I did it, why would I tell you? Why would I tell you I was even looking for her? I came here to talk to you because I know you're going to do something stupid because she said that. So Kanan is too mad at her, but I feel like I understand because of Detective Howard and all of the lines she did, D-Wiz and stuff like that. But now, once they cleaned the slate, they were supposed to start all over again. Just being business partners. He's been going behind her back. He's been doing her dirty. He's a horrible partner, and he's not loyal to his family. Since season 1, he's been doing stuff to mess up her business. Every time she get things going, he do something where she gotta go behind him and clean up after him and do XYZ. And it's not only him, it's Marvin. Early Tyler steps to him, and this, not for nothing, I like the way he did it. He was just like, yeah, so what you gonna do about it? Yeah, I took out your cousin. I took out your fam. What you gonna do about it? You know what E.T. gonna do about it? He gonna go to the Italians and tell Stefano. That's what he gonna do. Anywho, moving on. You got Crystal's stepdaddy with his touchy-feely self, and Kanan did some touchy-feely on him. I like the fact that they put the step twos back to back. This one was hilarious to me. The way Kanan stepped to him and put them Tims to that ass and to the stomach and all of that. It was hilarious. He did good with this. Kicking that bucket over with that dirty mop water. Meanwhile, we got the Korean from the restaurant at his little club. He being scoped out by one of Kanan's boys, and he come in there and he let the hammer off and let him have it. He takes him out in the club. When Rock goes to basically go to handle her business the next morning, she see his people there. So that's now you lost Sonny. They lost most of their family dealing with Rock. You know that business ain't coming back there. Moving on. So the older chick gets in touch with Juke and she tells her about the detective getting in contact with her, and it wasn't for him. He was telling her about how Juke's family is. So I don't know if this is gonna come back, but we're gonna see how this plays out. Keep in mind, that's where that body is. That's Juke's first body. So I don't know. Will we see Marvin take the charge? Is this gonna come back to haunt them? We will see. As you know, Rock is getting fed up with Marvin with this. They know about that. They're not gonna be able to use the trucks from the Chinese restaurant, so they're gonna have to step to Stefano. And now Marvin done made things hot over there with Stefano. Stefano's gonna hold the drugs, but he ain't gonna hold them for too long. And then for him to ask to speak to Rock without Marvin, and he tells her all of that he tried to make a side deal, knowing it's the other way around. And I'm glad that Rock saw right through him and saw he was lying, because thank goodness they kind of talking, but once Marvin started hiding stuff, now things is getting too far away from Rock. And Marvin is getting deeper and deeper in the ish, And the way she told him how he effed this up, she's almost done with him, I think. But she's not done enough to get her family up. So she's gonna rock out with him, but she lets him know when he effed up. Anywho, moving on. So Imani meets Lou at the bar, and she basically tells him, look, I can't trust you. I can't do this anymore. You weren't being honest with me. I don't know the time. The way he yelled at her, I was like, he making that Stevie J face to me, but I was like, I don't think, she's done with him. I don't think she's going to circle back. I don't think he cared one way or the other. My thing is this. Is she going to go talk to the cops? She didn't see nothing, so she can't say nothing. So I don't think we're going to hear any more of her. I think this is going to be the end of these two, and that's that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this, because I think these two is pretty much over with. And now we know why he's over, because he leaves the business also. But I'm going to circle back to that, though. Now, Kanan steps to Unique. He's talking with his New Jersey crew. And I believe Kanan and Unique, this is going to be the start of their business venture. But guess who sees guess who sees Kanan walk out of that building? His mother. Now, Mama Bear is coming, and I don't know if she going to take Unique out. I don't know how this is going to work out, but now you messing with her kid, she's going to strategize and come for him. She's been watching Unique. She not going to let Unique get the drop on her if it's up to her. But we shall see, because now that Kanan and him is talking, I don't know how that's going to work out. Anywho, moving on. However, this conversation that took place outside between Unique and Kanan, you can see that Unique has a certain admiration for him. Meaning, like, he respect him, because the way he told him, look, yeah, I put your brother down, and I'd do it again if I had to. and he ain't pull no punches. At the end of the day, he see another Queens dude just like he's a Queens dude, so he respects that in Kanan. Let me know what y'all think about that. But this was one of the best scenes that they had with this. It was like a real conversation. Like, yo, you trying to mess my mother's head up? And he was like, yeah, it is a good factor, but we do need to be doing business together. So I think Kanan and him, this is gonna be the beginning of this. Now, I don't know if he's the person in the wind, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to mention it, but it is what it is. We shall see. Moving on. Leisha bumps into Juke and they have some sweets to eat. And then when they on their way out, here come this damn detective, y'all. And now he want to interrupt Juke from her little date, and he wants some information. But basically, she not gonna tell him nothing, and she leaves it at that. I hope Leisha stays safe because right now, being that the war is gonna start going on, I hope we don't see any casualties like any more from this group. However, we will probably see them hook up one more time before she go back to school. Anywho, moving on now, Lil was talking to Lou, and Lou basically he don't want to be bothered with this anymore. He leaves this record company, and now I want to know what's gonna go on with B Villa. Now Lulu kept it funky with him. He said, "Look, I can't help you with the record thing. I'm not doing anything like that anymore. But I did get you out of jail, so you could make some moves like that." He like, nah, I gotta make some money. So is he gonna get down with Lou? I don't want this union because I don't trust him. Now, Unique had the meeting with Buscelli's guy, and he's like, yo, I don't want to be bothered with all of this drama you and this chick got going on. So you handle your own business, but I'm not getting involved with that. I'm not going to war with Queens. Now, Marvin talks to this school safety guy, gets the address of Gerald's daughter, goes there, and she's in a house of horrors, y'all. And Marvin used his tactics with, how he was doing the anger management. But once he heard Uncle Marvin, then he took off in there and took both of them people out. And then he told Gerald's daughter, you tell him that it was a white guy with a whole bunch of tattoos that came in here and did this. Is she gonna stand 10 toes down with this? I think so, because Marvin did hit her off with money before, and it was just her and the baby there, so she might be able to get away with that. However, hopefully they don't got no nosy neighbors. Moving on. So Kanan is calling all of the hospitals looking for Crystal. He can't find her. He's even asking for Jane Doe's. He doesn't know where she is right now. But Juke is gonna, talk to somebody. Says she might be able to find out some things. She's gonna go and talk to somebody. She went and talked to Garcia. Garcia had a picture of Crystal. They found her in the stairwell. Kanan is gonna lose his mind. So Lou steps to Rock like, put me in, coach. I'm a dragon slayer. And she like, I don't know about all of that, but I do got some work for you. You could come with me. You could come with me to do this. But he really lets her know, like, look, I didn't like I didn't understand. He was just trying to process everything. And he realizes this is what he is. He's a professional deleter. He's come to accept those terms. But the fact was, he enjoyed what he was doing, and he had a problem with it morally, I believe. But he's come to terms with this. He feels like now that he's got roped back into this, It put a twinkle in his eye and a bop in his step. So I hope he lasts with this. He goes right to popping snaps. And these people done told him that Rock took out Famous. And I don't know why he believe in these people. His mother done dropped these jewels with him when they went in that first meeting when she went with him. That first and last meeting with Poppin' Snaps. Told him, you can't, these people been in the game long and they put down a lot of bodies. What the heck is he thinking? He thinking, they not as bad as my mother. And I just, oh, I'm so mad at Kanan right now. You want to trust Poppin' Snaps like they your long lost grandparents. What the heck is wrong with you? I can't wait till he find out the truth about it. Now this last scene with Unique looking in the mirror, you see three of him, both ways, because it's like a three-way mirror. You know how you can get all angles. But I had an idea in my head that this is like the three parts of Unique. You're going to get the Unique that was in love with Rock. You're going to get that Unique that was warm with Rock. And you're going to get this crazy Unique that we dealing with right now that's like unpredictable. I want to know what kind of conversation is going to take place. Is this going to be a warring conversation, or is this going to be less the enemy of the enemy is my friend? Are they going to get together and take down the Italians? They got to take out Stefano because Stefano is becoming a problem. He could either get them a RICO charge to get himself off the hook, or we already know he wants to come for Marvin. So we don't know how this is going to take place, but I feel like they're going to get together. Unique and the Thomas family, Rock included. If Kanan, I repeat, doesn't throw a monkey wrench in their program and mess things up like he usually does. Put me up in that algorithm and holla at your girl.